So, in today's class, we are going to learn about the basic elementary continuous time signals. It's a third lecture. So already we have learned about the signals systems, types of signals, and even though another one topics I also have learned, that is components of the DSP system, advantages, disadvantages, and applications. So these are the basic things, or just rewind the topics about the previous days. Rewind that about the previous topics. So these are the topics. So what are the things we are going to learn? What are the basic elementary signals, continuous time signals? We have learned. We have divided that two. That is continuous time signals and a discrete time signals, so that you don't get confused. Okay, so that I have divided the topics, and in two different slides I have given that portions. Okay, so that you don't get confused about the topics. That first is unit step signals. So what is the representation of the unit step signals? So unit step, it's a continuous time signals, right? So unit step signal is defined as u of t equal to 1 for which value, that is t greater than or equal to 0, that is the value greater than 0, okay, and equal to 0 for t less than 0. Okay, here it's a diagrammatic representation of the unit step signals. So unit step signals from, it's a unit step, that is 1. So from 1 onwards we will get an continuous time signals. So it's a continuous time signals, we will get a continuous time signals, that is u of t equal to 1. So u of t for this side, I mean in the left half sides, we will, right half sides we will get 0. Okay, and it's a left half side we will get a continuous time signals, that is t greater than or equal to 0, that is u of t equal to 1. So this is the first signals, that is unit step. Here there is a four signal: unit step, a ramp, parabolic, and impulse. So these are the important four function. You should know that four functions of the signal. So I think you should know that what is unit step signals. So unit step signals is normally represented, that is input unit. Unit means 1, that is unit step, that is u of t equal to 1 for t greater than or equal to 0, equal to 0 for t less than 0. Okay, next, unit ramp signals. What is the unit ramp signal? So unit ramp signals is represented as R of t. So R of t equal to t for t greater than or equal to 0, and equal to 0 for t less than 0. Okay, so here we are giving that functional represent diagrammatic representation. From this is the symbol for the ramp. It's a straight line that will goes to, it's continuous up to infinite. So because it's a continuous time signals. Okay, so this is the continuous time signals for the unit ramp signals. Okay, next it's a parabolic signals. So parabolic signals, that is x of t, or a parabolic signals is also defined as uh, x of t or p of t. Okay, we can mention it anyway. So here I have mentioned it x of t because here I have mentioned it p of t, so don't get confused. So we can mention it p of t also. Okay, p of t equal to t square by 2 for t greater than or equal to 0, equal to 0 for less than. For this side there is always 0, for that side it will get an continuous. This is the diagrammatic representation of the unit parabolic signal. Okay, it's a continuous it is a continuous time signal. Okay, so this is the symbol for the parabolic signal. Okay, next, unit impulse signal. So unit impulse signal is defined as del of t equal to 0 for t not equal to 0, and integration minus infinity to infinity del of t into dt equal to 1. So this is the basic representation of the signal. So integration minus infinity to infinity del of t into dt equal to 1. I think in what time gate exam they have asked about the unit impulse representation as a 2 mark question. So you should learn each and everything. So this is the representation, okay, with the dot with the line. Okay, yeah, this is the representation of the unit impulse signals. So here del of t equal to 0, when it will 0, when t not equal to 0. So when equal to 1, what will happen? Its integration is minus infinity to infinity del of t into dt equal to 1. Okay, so that's it about the four signals. So just go through again. So unit step signals. So unit step signals is represented as u of t equal to 1. So what is the diagrammatic representation? Diagrammatic representation is a straight line. It's a continuous straight line. Okay. Next, unit ramp signal. So unit ramp signal is r of t equal to t. So it is again a ramp signals. This is the diagrammatic representation. Next, it's a parabolic signal. Parabolic signals x of t equal to t square by 2. So it's a parabolic in nature. Next, unit impulse signals. Unit impulse signals I have already learned, that is del of t equal to 0. Its representation is del of t for t not equal to 0, and integration minus infinity to infinity del of t into dt equal to 1. So this is the unit impulse representation. Okay, so these are the four signals of the continuous time signals. Okay, continuous time signals. Again, I am going to say the same things in discrete time signals, so don't get confused. So I have divide that continuous time signals and discrete time signals, so that you don't get confused in continuous and discrete. Okay, properties of impulse signals. So I have choose this property because you should know this property. This property is important when doing that Fourier transforms. Okay, in Fourier transforms, that small two marks get happened this properties. By using this property, um, we have to solve the problems. So by learning this property in first itself, I mean first lesson itself, it is easy to learn that after that things. Okay, so the properties of impulse signals. That first property is integration of minus infinity to infinity x of t into del t into dt equal to x of 0. So the property is x of 0. So the here that proof is attached. So the integration is minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t into dt equal to, for an example, for t we are giving 0. Okay, so x of 0 into del of 0, for an example, equal to x of 0. Why we are giving that x of 0, only x of 0? What happened to del of 0? Okay, this is the question you have arisen in your mind, right? So del of t exists only at t equal to 0. It will exist at only x equal to 0. So that del of 0 equal to 1. So that del of 0, what's the value for del of 0? That's value is 1. So the answer is x of 0. So here integration minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t into dt equal to x of 0. Okay, so here del of t equal to 0 for t not equal to 0. So if it is not equal to 0, it will exist, it will not exist. So if it is equal to 0, it will the answer value is 1. Okay, so in that way, here they are deriving that integration minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t into dt equal to x of 0 del of 0 equal to x of 0. Okay, so that's proved. Next, by using shifting property, integration minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t minus t naught into dt equal to x of t naught. So how it will get x of t naught? Okay, so that proof is integration minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t minus t naught into dt equal to. So here also we have to choose that value as so del of t minus t naught. Here the x of t minus this ts, replace the ts t naught. So x of t naught into del of t naught minus t naught. Okay, so because how it will evaluate this t minus t naught equal to 0, t equal to t naught. Okay, so that replace t by t naught, x of t naught into del of t naught minus t naught. So x of t naught into t naught minus t naught is 0, right? So del of 0 equal to x of t naught. So we will del of 0, we know that it's a default is 1 equal to x of t naught. Okay, so that's all. That's we have proved that two properties. Okay, so you should know it's a very important property for solving that solving the problems in Fourier series. And also in second unit, I think we have two problems regarding this property, two properties. So I have chosen that two property, and this is the best time to giving that knowledge about the two property. Just make the mind in this two property, so we can solve the while we are studying the problems, formulas and property, we will solve the signals and system as much as easier way. Just go through the concepts. Okay, I think we have studied the two property. So first property is integration minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t into dt equal to x of 0. Okay, next property is integration minus infinity into infinity x of t del of t minus t naught into dt equal to x of t naught. Okay, that's it. Next, it's a signum function. So I think it's not important to our subject. I mean, triple E department. It's much important to EC department. But you should know that signum function because for gate preparations, it is very much useful. Sometimes there is 1 or 2 marks will ask from the signum function. Okay, so signum SGN, that means signum of t equal to 1, t greater than 0, 0 equal comma t equal to 0 means it will 0 minus 1 t less than 0 equal to 2 into u of t minus 1. This is the functional mathematical representation is 2 into u of t minus 1. So precise graph and commonly used graph. So precise graph means without what means precise graph means exact graph without error. What's the graph means? Here minus 1, here left side 1, here. Okay, t less than is 0 minus 1, t greater than 0 1. So, okay, this is exactly looks as a step function, right? Signum function is closely related to the unit step function. So 2 into u of t minus 1 signum function 1 minus 1 1. Okay, next, exponential signals. So the real exponential signal is defined as x of t equal to a into e power at. Here a is amplitude. Depending upon the value of a, we get DC signals or growing exponential signals or decaying exponential signals. So here we can see that this is an AC signal, right? We will get constant DC signal. So x of t a equal to 0. For an example, a greater than 0. So 0 would, I mean, greater than 0 means we will get the value greater than a, right? It will go growing exponentially growing signals. So next, a less than 0. 0 is less and is greater than a. So it's greater than 0. 0 means it will the value of a is less than 0. So it will exponentially decaying the signals. So it will decay exponentially. So these are the real exponential signals of the device signals, and we will get the DC signals. So this DC signals shows what happened to DC signals, that is exponentially growing. A greater than 0, it will exponentially growing signals. A less than 0, it's exponentially decaying signals. So that's all about the continuous time signals. So here we are going to next we are going to learn about the basic elementary signals. Okay, discrete time signals, basic elementary. First of all, we should know, I think in unit step signals we have seen that what is the difference between unit step. Here we are mentioning in the unit step, here we are mentioning that u of t and it is t greater than or equal to, that is continuous time. But here if in discrete time signal it's continuous, no, that's a discrete in nature, right? So its time is not continuous. So u of n equal to 0 for n greater than or equal to 0 and equal to 0 for n less than 0. For an example, this is the unit step signal, right? So unit step signals, it's not time, it's n. So the value taken from 0 to n, and it is u of u of n value is 1, and it is discrete in nature. Okay, and all are same, but it is discontinuous in nature. Next, ramp signal, again the same. So in the ramp signal you will see that one, I think one straight line, right? One straight line that passes through the signals. The ramp signal is defined as r of n equal to n for n greater than or equal to 0 or equal to 0 for n less than 0. So in continuous time signals we will get one straight line, right? But here we are giving that ramp signals as representing the ramp signals, unit ramp signals. Okay. Next, unit impulse signals. So unit impulse signals you have already learned in del of t equal to 1 for n equal to 0, del of n equal to 0 for n not equal to 0, right? In impulse signals you have learned that integration minus infinity to infinity. Just go through this so you won't get confused. So integration minus infinity to infinity del of t into dt equal to 1. So this is the representation of the continuous time signals. So in discrete time signals, so what is the representation? That is del of n equal to 1 for n equal to 0, del of n equal to 0 for n not equal to 0. Okay. So this is the discrete time signal. So discrete time signal is represented in this way. Okay. Next, exponential signals. So exponentially decreasing signals and exponentially increasing signals. Real exponential signal, real and real and complex. Okay, there are two types. So real exponential signal is defined as x of n equal to a power n for n greater than or equal to 0. That is 0 less than a less than 1. Okay, 0 is less. Okay. Next, the way is exponentially decaying the signals. Okay, discreting exponential signals, a greater than 1. So increasing exponential signals. So complex exponential signal is defined as x of n equal to a power n e power j omega naught n. So we know that the e power j theta equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. So here a power n into cos omega naught n plus j sin omega naught n, where x r of n equal to a n cos omega naught n and x I of n equal to a power n sin omega naught n. Okay. Next, sinusoidal signals in discrete system. So discrete system, what about the sinusoidal signals? Okay, here if it is a continuous signals, what will happen? The curve will go from this to this and we will get a continuous signals. So but it is a discrete system, right? So continuous signal is defined as x of n equal to a cos omega sin. This is for cosinusoidal signals, and it is for sinusoidal signals. X of n equal to a sin omega n, where omega equal to 2 pi f equal to 2 pi by n into m, where m is the frequency in radians per samples, m is the smallest integer, and f is the frequency in cycles per samples, and a is amplitude. So cosinusoidal and sinusoidal signals. Okay, so this is the cosinusoidal and sinusoidal representation of the signals. Okay. Next, pulse signals. Pulse signals means it is just a representation of the rectangular pulse. So we will see that here is a rectangular pulse is there, but it is represented in discrete manner, right? So pulse signals is defined as x of n equal to a for n1 less than or equal to n less than or equal to n2 equal to 0 elsewhere. Okay, pulse signals. Next, representation of the impulse function. So how will you represent the impulse function? So the area under an impulse is called its strength or weight. So it is represented graphically by a vertical arrow. An impulse with a strength of 1 is called a unit impulse. For an example, del of t is here it is a 1 and it is t. Okay, so here it is 5. The del of t minus 1, because it is shifted. So del of t it is 1 means it is normally represented as del of 0 is 1. Okay, so 5 del of t minus 1, it is shifted to 1. Okay, so 1 0 is shifted to 1. So 1 the shifted is 5. Okay, so the amplitude is 5 and is a del of t. Okay, here it is shifted to 1. So that 0 is shifted to 1 and it is amplitude. Here it is amplitude is 5. Okay, so this is the representation of the impulse signals. So unit rectangle impulse. So what is about the unit rectangle impulse? I think you don't want to gain much knowledge about these topics about unit rectangle signals, because it is very much important for the EC department. Okay, so unit rectangle or gate signals may be normally it is represented as this two shifted unit step signals is shown. Okay, rectangle of t equal to u of t plus a minus u of t minus a, because u of here t plus a and it is minus t minus a. Okay. Okay. The triangular pulse whose height and area are both one but its base width is not is called unit triangle function. The unit triangle function is related to the unit triangle through an operation called it's a convolution. So the triangle function is represented as minus 1 to 1, because it is a unit, it is represented a unit, so it's a height and this is the area both one but its base width is not is called the unit triangle signals. This unit triangle is related to the unit rectangle. So unit triangle and unit rectangles are both are related, an operation called convolution. So sync function, just get a knowledge about this. So this is not important, but you should know about the terms and words. So I have taken the topic. Sync of t equal to sine pi t divided by sine t. Okay, sine theta divided by 8, sine pi t divided by pi t. So this is the mathematical representation of the sync function, and this is the mathematical graph. Okay, so that's all about the representation or representation or the basic elementary signals. Okay, that's it.